down, family. Come on out and join us. We about to kick it.
It's time for Blunt Talk, y'all.
Blunt Talk, Blunt Talk.
Oh, it's been a rough week for me. I hope we can get y'all in this motherfucker.
Space Media.
Or you can watch us on YouTube at Kwanzaa 365 Space Media, or you can watch us right here on the Vita C. Nelson.
The Vita C. Nelson.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
I mean, on Facebook. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Vita C. Nelson, Facebook.
The Vita
okay, I'm trying to get, what's up, everybody? Trying to get some people to come on in. Shit, it's 0 to the 0.
It was a nice day outside, so we, got y'all. Y'all better come on.
All right, y'all. What the fuck is up? In the place to be. All right, I'm glad to see y'all showing up for Blunt Talk today. We're going to get to some of these current events. A lot of shit has been going on.
A whole lot.
A whole lot of shit's been going on. I wasn't able to do the show last week. I got this schoolwork. It's kicking my ass, but
we're here today.
When I get done, I'm going to be a force to be reckoned with in this criminal justice system. Because, that slavery is alive and well in 2012.
Yes, it is.
And what is it? 2012?
No, it's 2021, baby. 2020.
Yeah,
you got the number. You got the right numbers.
I'm having
a moment. We're gonna pray for. Please, white Jesus, bless Sister Navita
bless black
in her pursuit of saving
white
black
Jesus,
folks.
Bless black Sister Navita.
All right, can y'all hear us? I think you can. All right, let's get to some of this shit going on. Anybody got anything in the current events? Because I'm going to tell you, my mind is boggled. That's why I need y'all to hit me up. And for any topics y'all want to discuss, because my ass be struggling to get on here because my schoolwork is kicking my ass. I got a lot of stuff to do tonight that I got to get when I get off.
So we're going to go and do the show, and we're going to be as on time as possible. Miss Navita keeps us on time anyway, but I'm going to try to help her. Now, the call lines are open 614-556-4535. If anybody want to join in, by all means, you can. Join us. I'll
put the number in the chat there if you want to join us.
Yeah, you can do that.
Let's get to it. So, party
you
on.
talking about sex today?
We can talk about anything you want to talk about. You ain't having no sex, so what you going to talk about?
Well,
I don't know. You might be. Shit, I'm just talking. You having sex a little?
No, I'm virgin.
You virgin?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Got a whole bunch of children, but I'm still virgin.
So, speaking of sex,
so all you women out there who like virgins. Yeah.
You there? Yeah. Virgin.
So
over
what's the guy's name? The relationship expert.
Derek Jackson. Ain't it Derek Jackson?
Derek Jackson. That's it. And I hear that he is somewhat of a relationship expert when it comes to the ladies.
He relates very well.
He has been out here, I guess, for quite a while, a couple years maybe or so.
Yeah, for a long time.
And he's been coaching
you
you ladies on how men ain't shit.
We ain't shit.
And ain't nothing wrong with y'all as men. And ain't too many good men like him, because he talked about how men are out here in these streets,
going
around and
doing cheating things,
and then
dirty dogs, good worthless bastards. That's what he was saying.
Then when you
ain't no goddamn good,
so
you out here cheating on your woman.
So what happened with him? What happened with him, my nigga?
Well, it appears that your relationship coach has been fucking his clients.
But I thought he was the expert to tell
He is the expert. I mean, I
guess he knows from experience.
That is the best game. Listen, I'm going to hype you up. I'm going to fill you up with gas. And then I'm going to drive you till you can't drive no more.
Listen, let me tell you something. He's got rich off of this shit.
Oh, man.
Women been giving him money and, cash after this motherfucker. There's just taking care of this motherfucker. And this is something I think we got to be watching and be aware of. When you hear motherfuckers who are talking like that, a man who is talking about men like that and just putting men down constantly, he's just catering to the insecure, angry bitch crowd.
That's right.
So he practicing bitchcraft.
he practicing bitchcraft.
Bitchcraft.
Because that shit he talking, usually a motherfucker who talk like that all the time, you need to be, it's like those preachers who always talk about gay shit. Don't be gay, it's a sin. And then you find out they got a secret boyfriend. What was that motherfucker's name? The
very big church.
What was it? The big church.
Somebody put it in the chat. Somebody out there.
He had the church, and he ended up found he had pictures he was sending to a young man of himself, oiled up and shit.
All oiled up.
All oiled up with his shirt all stuck in his stomach in like a motherfucker. These are the types of things. These are just another hustles.
Now, see, so in our community, we have multiple hustlers that are taking advantage of the self-esteem issues that we have in our community, family. And we got to stop falling prey to this bullshit.
You got to stop falling for it. I mean, I haven't seen that nigga coming.
We got to be honest with each other. You know what I'm saying? What does it mean to be a woman? What does it mean to be a man? And what are the roles that we're supposed to play? Let's be honest.
Well, first of all, let's just be honest that all men do not cheat. Let's just be honest about that. And for a man to get out there and sell that propaganda, which we've talked about on the show, that's some fucking propaganda to say that all men cheat and that all men ain't no good and women don't need to change nothing. You know, and this motherfucking Derek Jackson, he was a motherfucking con artist, and a lot of women fell for the shit. A lot of women fell for this shit, and he was fucking around on his wife. Now, I didn't see, which Hot Tim has walked off, but I didn't see the apology. I guess he made a public apology with his wife. But the point is, ladies, y'all shouldn't even been following a motherfucker like that. He was on some sucker shit from the beginning, and to me, the red flags would have been there, because ain't no man gonna be running around talking like that about other men. Like all men, throwing all men in the bad man category, like he the only good motherfucker out there.
Unless he had a hidden agenda.
Right. And his hidden agenda was cater to the low self-esteem bitch who need that, or the women, as you say, what was it, that are hurt and broken,
right,
and they don't want, or the women who ain't shit and that ain't shit bitch. Because
and
he
the broken
provides,
men, because there's a lot of men.
He provides a platform for the ain't shit bitch to not have to own up to her ain't shitness. You know what I mean?
Ooh, let's talk about that. What's this? Can you describe this ain't shit? Because I'll describe the ain't shit man. Let's talk about the ain't shit woman. See, because we need to be honest with each other. Because on both ends, there's ain't shitness there. There's bitchcraft on both ends. So he caters to the ain't shit woman. And then also a lot of ain't shit men were also plugged in with him as well.
Okay, I don't know about the men that he was plugged into. I just know the propaganda that he was putting out there was to cater to women, either a broken woman or an ain't shit woman. And a lot of times, you know, no one makes no one cheat, but you do have women out here who are withholding sex from a man, maybe degrades their man, and you know he need to just leave. However, he's provided a platform that does not address what she's doing in the relationship and blames everything solely on the man. Therefore, she don't have to change shit. Ain't nothing wrong with me, motherfucker. It's you. You know, and we will continue to perpetrate those negative behaviors when you have motherfuckers like Derek Jackson who, you know, lift you the fuck up. Like, ain't nothing wrong with you, bitch. You could call your man all kind of bitches and motherfuckers. Didn't you say you seen something to that, Stowe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
What'd you see?
What did I see?
He got new eyes, y'all. You see, he got his glasses. He got new eyes.
The store that was putting her fist up.
Oh yeah, she was.
He said, "What I say?"
She was act like she was getting ready to hit her man and stuff like that. But I don't know if they were playing or not. But I'm just saying that, you know, people, you know, it's time for us to grow the fuck up, and we need to be. If you're a woman, you need to be a woman.
But what's that?
All the time.
What's
you
that?
know,
what's a woman?
Don't be. You know, women know how to be women. You know, and you need to teach. We need to teach our daughters how to be women. If you're a woman, because you know, You don't need to be all loud outside, all in no man face,
He just got started, nigga.
And all of that kind of stuff, because for number one, the only thing you probably could do to defend yourself is call the police for him. That's all you could do. You can't beat him. So don't be out there in the streets, hooping and hollering so all the fucking neighbors can come out, and see what the fuck going on at your house. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we find ourselves in those situations, and it go for a man too. You don't have to walk outside, your house if you and your woman are having a little discussion about disagreements and, call her all kind of names, when you are outside either. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't put no damn notches on your belt. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, what? Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, because once again, we're back to how do we define a woman and how do we define a man? Because now, I want to be very clear with the whole Derrick Jackson piece. Because, I don't want to see nobody get destroyed for what they did.
Listen, we can check us out also on YouTube.
You see how she jumped over my shit?
But go ahead.
Jump right over it. We need to be able to define this stuff so that our listeners and our tribe members can know what is a man and what is a woman. We got to be clear on that. And we haven't had these true discussions in our community right now because it's not a popular thing to talk about.
And it should be, because, if you're out there, seeing what you can get from a man, whether it be money, whether it be a drink in the club, that's a part of bad behavior on a woman's part. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you may get drunk while you're in the club, and guess what? That same nigga who been buying you all them drinks, he is watching you. He is looking at you. You know what I mean? And he's waiting to be the one to say, oh, I'll take you home. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I'm saying?
And being alleviated, you may not make the best decision.
And that's right.
Next thing you up somewhere, ass up in the motherfucking air, head down, do the ground.
And if not that, you're running. You done got away.
Get themselves in them situations.
And you done got, if not that, you done got away. Now you have to run from this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, and you have drunk. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't look right. It doesn't look good for a woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn how much you can hold your liquor.
You old school. What did we say about those? You older, man. We in a different time.
But older
is supposed to be able to get all she can from a nigga. That's what.
But older is better in a lot of situations.
Why?
Why? Because older brings sense to all situations.
In some cases,
sense to all
situations. I know some old dumb motherfuckers.
That's why I said some.
Look,
we ain't gonna talk about all.
You said all? Did I say all?
Yeah, some. You say some. But you may know some old dumb motherfuckers. But like the old people just say, you don't get old being no fool.
In America, you can become old being a fool. That's capitalism. We need old fools.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you on that, but we don't want our family members to be, in those situations. We don't want them to be in those situations. And this is the reason why we have to begin to teach our children when they are young. If you are a woman, or a man, or a boy, if you're a girl or a boy, your parents need to be teaching you about
you won't let my hand fall off.
Having your own, you obtaining your own. That way you don't have to ask no man for nothing, and a woman ain't got no man ain't got to ask no woman for anything.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with asking each other for something depending on what it is. That's cool. But what I would like to say is just our young ladies need to learn, and our young men, when the red flags of not to go, you end up in this situation like the dude with the masseuses bitches or whatever.
You know what I'm saying? So
some
we can hit that on
football player, I think, or NBA player, but Google it. But let me get to this real quick. So this is the book we just finished reading in the ASCAC study group called Weapons of Whiteness. And I want to read something that she talks about, the master's tools.
What are they?
The master's tools. Oh shit! Let me get my glasses together. Oh Lord.
That's how you know this is a group of senior citizens because we all need glasses and shit to read. But go ahead.
Now the master's tools are weapons of whiteness. What are this? Is how we use the master's tools to harm each other. And she has a list here of different categories of how we use or what these tools are that we use against each other that we have got from we learned in the system of white supremacy. The first thing we want to hit on is colorism. Colorism is something that we use in our community to weaponize. We take the weapons of whiteness and we use it against each other. How can you explain? Anybody can explain, or have they experienced a colorism issue?
Oh,
your
yeah.
black ass. I know your black ass. What?
I mean, I'm not supposed to be intelligent at all in some circles. And
circles of black folks. She's talking about.
I'm talking about within our
how
group.
we use it against each other.
How we use it against each other. I'm not supposed to be able to do some of the stuff that I'm able to do. And some people feel that it's luck that I'm in some positions.
You can't think of a specific situation where colorism was used on you by another black person?
By another black person?
Yeah, because we talk.
Well, I mean, I can talk about the club all the goddamn time.
Well, just give us a goddamn example.
Far as relationships and in my younger days, it was hard for me to find somebody to get with because at that point in time, darkness wasn't in.
So what were some of the things that happened? Goddamn it! I ain't
gonna get specifics because it might depress my.
They don't. You know what y'all got to get out of that. Ain't nobody look.
I'm a popular nigga. I don't know what you talking.
Look, you don't have to say no names. Just say the situation. What are you worried they're gonna do? Come back and whoop your ass, nigga?
Well, that's very.
Anyway, okay. Well, I'm gonna give you. I know. As far as the colorism and experiences that I have had. Is that and I've talked about this on the show where I have had men say to me, black men, that and this is supposed to be a compliment to me, but it's an insult to my brown and darker sisters when they make these comments that I like a red bone, and I've had men come up to me and say, especially when I used to wear weave and shit, like what you mix with. You look exotic, like as if exotic. We can't be brown and exotic or dark brown and exotic. So those are the types of things as far as colorism is concerned. And we're going to take it even another notch to where if you look at a lot of the music videos today.
Oh, you don't see none of
you ain't going to see too many dark-skinned women in the videos. They're going to be white or light, bright, and damn near white. And this is the type of colorism that sends a message that, our brown sisters wasn't good enough. They weren't attractive enough to make the cut. So then that's when you start seeing the little Kim syndromes going around. You know what I'm saying? Women, and even in Africa now, they have certain parts of Africa where they're doing skin lightening. Or I seen a lady at the store from Africa about Hatim's color. And she had a shade of foundation on that was my color. I swear to God, and her hands was as dark as Hatim. I was like,
this son ain't right. One of these things does not belong here.
So that's some of the colorism issues. So we have to make sure that we don't make comments like, I don't want to go outside and get too dark.
Now, I was in a situation where
now you got some.
Well, I mean, where a sister I know was talking about her daughter and her daughter playing in the sun. I don't allow my child to play out in the sun in the summertime because I don't want her to get dark. You understand what I'm saying?
So do you address that person when you see that happening?
Now, how do you see? Because with those type of situations, see, and it's cool. For some of us, my thing is I'm picking my battles because if you can look and you come from dark skin, and you trying to become light skinned and you think that doing something totally natural is going to take you from that, I'm not about to discuss anything with you. Anything on that level. I'm past that. I'm past the point of arguing that shit. I
find myself regularly having this conversation with my younger cousins who have this thing with light skin. Like one of my cousins told me recently about her boyfriend. She said, "What he doing dating all these brown skins?" I'm like, "I don't think you know who you talking to." I said, "What the fuck that supposed to mean?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What you because you light skinned now you look better than the brown skins? I mean, what kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the other day she came in and was saying she wanted to get some color contacts and she done dyed her hair a little on the blonde side. And I love you to life if you watching, honey. And I had to talk with you. I ain't gonna say your motherfucking name, but I had to talk with you right here. You are beautiful as you are. I was looking at Ashanti the other day with her dark hair and she's darker than me. She got a tan complexion and dark eyes. And she looked just as good as any light-skinned girl with light eyes and blonde hair. She killing them. Shanti Cole, if you got to have that confidence, though, if you think you aren't looking good because you're not looking white enough, then, you know, that's something that you need to work on because black is beautiful.
Even light-skinned people, you know, who think that their lightness is better than somebody's darkness, then you know what? You also have a self-esteem problem.
Oh yeah,
that's a self-esteem problem that you having,
and that's a tool of the master.
Yes. You know, for you to,
I'm closer to the master.
When you
right,
get ready
I look closer to white, so I'm better.
Yeah.
Another
because when you get next,
I think a lot of
when you get next to the master, he got something else, or she got something else to tell you.
Another hurdle that you have to jump.
That's right.
And I think one of the issues with me in some of the circles that I run in. I don't run, let me put it this way, other than relationship shit, I haven't really ran into it. That's why it's hard for me to come with a story because I end up in positions that possibly a dark-skinned dude would end up in. And I think a lot of people be scared to say shit to me because I be having a lot of leeway where I have a lot of leeway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
So another weapon of whiteness she talked about was respectability. Being disrespectful to one another. And I think when she's talking about respectability, she's talking about how we can be quick to criticize, be argumentative, cursing out our own people, but then in the same notion, we'll give white folks a pass. You know, you don't say shit when the white motherfucker is being disrespectful to you. You know what I'm saying? You'll treat that white motherfucker like, you know, it's kind of like when I lived on Oak Street, right? And before it was gentrified, within the community, you had a lot of, and they say black on black is proximity, but there's a little bit more to it than just proximity, we have to admit. Because, I'm going to tell you, there was a lot of black on black crime in that neighborhood. And then when the white folks start coming in, I was seeing white kids walking down the street with their $1,000 phones out, you know, just not even paying attention. And I see black kids who would be robbing motherfuckers, walk right past them motherfuckers like it wasn't shit. And one day I said to one of the white folks, like, hey, you might want to watch being out here like that with your phone. And them motherfuckers was like, they wasn't even worried. Because you know why they wasn't worried? Because they felt safe to know, like, nigga, you niggas will fucking rob one of your own before you fuck with me.
Before you rob me. And also respectability deals with, in a sense, us trying to fit in to the system that has absolutely no respect for us. So what we'll do is, I mean, she kind of wrapped it up, but it's like, if you're not black in a certain way, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, we'll have a lot of people be turned off in a sense by some of the stuff that we talk about because we're on the fringes of respectability. You know what I'm saying? Brother Hatim cuss, so, you know, I won't bring you in because, you know, you might let a cuss word slip. And ruin our reputation.
Here's the next one because I want to look and see if we got any comments on my page.
All right, because we can't see the page thing on here. The next one is classism. Classism. Where you are economically. I'm trying to look for where to read that at.
No, just you can tell what classism is. Basically, is I'm better than you because I live in Westerville and you live in whatever the fuck it is, the Brook.
Or are you speaking so bad about where we live, like where you live at, since they don't have that, that I would never live in.
I'm better than you.
Columbus.
Right.
You know, I would never live around Mount Vernon. I would never live around close around Mount Vernon because where you live at, since they don't.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, we listening.
Well, I would never live around Mount Vernon Avenue.
Right.
Freedom said she always loved black men. Let me get and James Jones said you can't trust nobody. And Paul Dorsey said, I think dark skin is now compared to back in the day, the Willie Lynch theory. I know that's right. And we had Dr. John Henry Clark said we had no friends, but go ahead, Illumala.
What was I saying?
I just wanted to get the comments out there.
No. What I was saying was that, I was saying that, you got people that said that because of where you live and because of where I live, that's where class stuff come in at.
But the amount of money we make.
Yeah. But really,
I know better than you because I make more money than you.
Yeah.
I know better than you because of the school I went to.
But you might be kissing more ass than me too. You see what I'm saying? Because you make
more
money
matter.
than me.
But that's what happened. You damn right though.
Yeah.
You damn right. And see who wants to. I'd rather be a motherfucker. Like I was in my philosophy class, and they talked about how Mills said, this philosopher said, I'd rather be a stupid human than a happy pig. Meaning that you below me. So even though I'm up here, you know what I'm saying? And I think we have that same mentality. Well, I'd rather be kissing ass in Polaris.
Yeah. Living in Polaris, I'm
I'd
kissing ass.
kissing
I need
ass
to stay there.
in Polaris than I would be be living in the city of Columbus.
Now, but I want y'all to go. We need to go a little bit deeper with that because what y'all talking about is going to be on the next point. The classism is more about my economic, how I've been allowed to get through the system, how much money I make per year, how much money I have in the bank, and it's all because of my work ethic. And your work ethic is shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't get up and hustle, Navita. I don't give a fuck how many classes you take and how many books you sell. You still ain't shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because your economic status is not what my economic status is.
Right,
I'm a 6-figure nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I ride around. Right. I got my. You see that car I got out there?
See my headphones. My headphones. These is $5,000 headphones.
Yeah.
Well, I got red bottoms,
and
you're below me. I can't even date you or have even a real discussion with you because of where you are as far as the class system in this country. And we have that stratified structure within our communities right now.
And if you notice a lot of times, especially with our younger folks, and I was one of those folks at one time, we have an obsession with the broke nigga. You a broke nigga. You broke, and a motherfucker may not be broke, but because they don't live in Westerville and because they don't have on red bottoms or what have you, you have got this elite thing that you think that this person is broke. You know what I'm saying? And we have taken this elitism and we use it against one another to where we can't. That's another way of division. We can't come together because you niggas up here think you too good to be around these niggas down here.
Right.
And you ain't even willing to help bring them up there. If you wanted to, wherever that may be.
That's
and in the class system, there's only enough room for a few
people. Yeah.
So I can't allow you in there. And that gets into the elitism that's going to come a little bit later. But the classism is about where I am class-wise. I can't deal with you because you are beneath me. And we have that in our community, even though that once again, as Illuminati say, when we get into those other circles, they let us know the real.
And if you want to call in, the lines are open. I'm going to put the number here, 614-556-4535. And go ahead to the next one.
The next one is proximity to whiteness. And this gets more into where we live or where we work. You know what I'm saying? I know more than you. I'm better than you because I have been accepted by white society.
Give me an example of how someone thinks they've been accepted, if you can think of anything, by white
Navita,
society.
stop talking right now. You know why? Because I graduated from the Ohio State University, and you can't tell me shit.
Right.
Okay. Because that makes me closer to white because you have a degree.
I am better because and not necessarily because I'm close to white, but I graduated from the Ohio State. No, hold on, Illumina, before you speak. It's the Ohio State University.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or it's Harvard.
Until I tell you that, well, you know what? Back in 1835, Ohio State did not allow no black folks to enter that motherfucking institution.
But hold on, that's even better for my point. Because the point is, and I'm one of the few that was able to get through. What are you talking about, Darky? Stop talking to me in such a fashion.
Well, so proximity to whiteness, then we're talking about, once again, we're talking about weapons of whiteness that we use against each other.
Right.
And this is the book by,
what's the name?
It's called Weapons of Whiteness by Catrice Jackson. I really suggest y'all get this book. It is a great read. And it'll drop some knowledge on you about some things you may even be doing that you don't realize you're doing until it's pointed out to you.
And a lot, and Navita make a great point with that. I want y'all to listen to what she says because a lot of us are using these tools and we don't even know that we're using these tools.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
those same tools that we use against each other is the same thing that's keeping us from coming together
so that we can build up.
Yeah, so we can build up.
Because
we don't need white people to build us up, and we don't need white people to help build us up. We can build ourselves up once we quit doing the weapons of whiteness stuff against each other. You see what I'm saying? Against each other, you know.
Proximity whiteness, where I work, the job that I do.
Shout out to Brittany Green. Lisa Brookins wants to know where she can cop this book at. You can get this book at Zawadi Books.
Where's Zawadi Books?
Oh no, that's right. This book you can only get it from one place.
Amazon.
Amazon.
What?
Yeah, you got to get it through Amazon. Yep. So definitely get it.
That's a weapon of whiteness.
LB, maybe I'll get one and give it away on the show because I'm telling you, it's a must read. The next thing she talks about, and I was trying to find out a definition she gave about the master's tools and how we use them against each other, is she put shifting. And I forget what I know what she means, but I don't know how to explain it without. Okay, let me just say this. Shifting, I think, is going between white and black.
Now, okay. All right, cool. The one lawyer that always, every time somebody get killed, he's able to go and represent them. Or when there's a protest in your city and other outside leaders come in to try to lead the peace, you know what I'm saying? Because they practice all the other weapons of whiteness, but they're able to be, because I'm black, I'm able to benefit. So you have individuals in our community that because they're black, they have been put in certain positions and they use the aspect of I'm black to get in with us, but they're able to benefit from white society.
So you're saying the shifting could even be maybe how they have all these black doctors and nurses on the forefront of this COVID vaccine.
Shifting, because I'm able to use you to push the white agenda, and they're able to get with us.
Yeah, that's what
you see what I'm saying. So it works against us because you have for example, a lot of people are opposed to
Lisa
reparations.
Said Crump.
Huh?
Crump. Ain't that the attorney?
Right.
Crump. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you have individuals that are able to benefit from the fact that they're black and they're able to build up their lifestyles and make all this money, but everybody else don't get it. So the reparations that we're supposed to get is not for everybody, it's for a few of us. So because I'm able to shift between the worlds, okay, look, I am your anger. I am.
Roland Martin is a shifter to me because he talks all that pro-black shit, and to me, like when reparations was being talked about once again in a big way, and the whole ADOS movement, he kind of talked against that.
Now, and see, there we go. So we have shifters now, and so you shift in between the points.
Brittany Green said Don Lemon, most definitely
shifting.
He shifts a lot.
I'm able to benefit from being black, but I'm able to move in white circles because all the other pieces line up for me. The colorism, the respectability, the classism.
And Don Lemon will put he'll because they got him out there, he's the one that, he can press the white agenda by criticizing certain stereotypes of blacks and making it seem like that's how we all are. They use him as a tool a lot.
Shifting, and it gets some of us to start, because they have talking points that will cause people to really doubt what we need as black people.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like it's not about all of us. Only if it's only enough room for a few of us, and I'm one of the few, and you just happen to be. He'll
say shit like, well, black people didn't do this, and that. We wouldn't be in the position, and he'll completely ignore the white supremacy aspect of it and blame the victim.
That's where he's getting his wealth from.
Exactly.
The white
that's shifting.
The white people.
Because I'm able to shift from black to white.
Yeah.
In white circles, I could talk to you as a white person, and it's like I'm living in two worlds, and I'm able to benefit from one world. So I get to act as another form.
But you can't really be who you're supposed to be,
right?
Because you shifting so much,
right?
That you're not even identifying with who you're supposed to be.
They use
because
him.
That wealth that they are supplying you with, they want you to do that. And guess what? When you have served your purpose for them,
they get rid of you.
They get rid of you
and take your money.
You're damn right. Take it all from you.
And what and one of the things that we always talk about in Giame is that we as a community need to have individuals that are paid by the community to represent us, so that they can't have nothing taken from us. They can't have nothing taken from them. You know what I'm saying? Every other community got individuals in their community that could stand up and say what they want to say and not have to worry about a job. And we need that for our community as well, so that we don't have to have shifters talking for us.
Right. Now, another thing she talks about in the book, I wanted to highlight a few things in this book, and then we can get on to something else, is weapons for winning against Becky and Brad.
I'm gonna beat Brad's ass.
So one thing she said is, do not let them take your kindness for weakness. Don't take. Brittany said, what's up, Derek Thompson? Brittany said, we called it passing. And what's the difference now? Shit, that's what they're passing. I think, but that's another word I would say for shifting. Mm-hmm. That's what she's describing. Because I'm reading what she's saying in the book, Weapons of Whiteness, and how in this particular section of the book, she's talking about how we use it against each other. Now, this one, she's talking about weapons for winning against Becky and Brad. And she says, don't let them take your kindness for weakness. Do not subdue your tongue and voice. Remember what Zora Neale Hurston says. If you are silent about your pain, they will kill you and say you enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So they will kill you. How many of y'all
dying right now?
And say you enjoyed it. So be heard. That's why I said I'm going to be heard. Now I like how Tim. I mean, you got to use it with a reason, of course, because sometimes you have to. And she talked about it in the book. Sometimes you have to pick your battles.
You got to pick your battle.
But do not fucking let them constantly. Because I know for years on the job, I remained silent
about shit. Yeah.
About shit.
Because
but as I became into my knowledge of self, though,
right.
I couldn't even shut my fucking mouth, to be honest with you. I turned into a Lumala in the motherfucking job. You know what I'm saying? And I would make them feel so stupid at some of the disrespectful shit they would say to me. And I would eloquently make them feel like some damn idiots that they would just be staring. By the time I'm done with saying what I had to fucking say, they were staring at me like a deer in the motherfucking headlights. I tell the motherfucker like one time I had my red, black, and green crochet thing on. Sister Jackie made me, and a motherfucker said, "What's that all about? What is it? Is it Christmas?" So he said, "You wearing Christmas stuff?" And I said, "I'm sorry. I guess I think I said something to the effect, I think me being proud of my culture and who I am, this is African, really makes you feel inadequate in who you are in some kind of a way." And then he just looked at me like he ain't know what else to say to that. And he just walked away.
He was plotting to get rid of you.
You know, we listening, you know, but we have done so much in our lives, you know, to appease.
Yeah, Freedom said she stopped appeasing in her early 30s, and I know she did.
Family, listen, we have to get to the point where we have to become comfortable with making other people in the room feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the only way that we're going to be able to push our points and get ideas across, because what we have been making people or allowing people, that's that shifting shit, because the shifter makes people feel comfortable. Now, let's bring it back to our people, right? Because now we're getting into dealing with Becky and Brad, but we need to deal with the weapons of whiteness that we use against each other, because some of us work in situations where we have organizations or individuals trying to fit in with whiteness that makes it impossible for us to be successful as a people. Because the thing that we have to come to terms with is that if we're working towards their agenda, there's no way that we're going to be able to save our people.
And if you got a story you want to share with us, give us a call, 614-556-4535. Give us a call if you had a story and an experience on the job. Hell no, my nephew said he remembers you from the short north. Farad Mitchell. I remember him from the short north. He had dreads. Ask him if he remembers me. We call him Man.
Man,
I have to show you a picture of him. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, nephew. Freedom says she stopped kissing ass a long time ago.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I have too. And as Freedom, she knows me personally. I was really I let a lot of shit roll off my back from everybody, you know. But as life experiences changed that, and then when I became, like I said, started coming into the knowledge of truth, not just of self, but just truth. Because I had bought the propaganda that somehow that white folks were somehow better than us. They were smarter than us. And those things. And I didn't realize I had bought into it. But once I started studying, Farah said you used to help the youth. Yep, that's hot, Tim. That's hot, Tim. And you know, so we got to speak out.
Now, how many of y'all have been in situations where you were able to be blacker in white circles than you were in black circles?
You know what, nigga.
But that's a
good statement. I know I'm not the only one where I was able, once I really started expressing who I was, that in some form or fashion.
I ain't had that experience.
Oh, man.
The blacker I got, the more uncomfortable white folks got around me. I'm going to tell you.
I'm like,
they did. And I've been able to, me personally, I know some black folks, I'm too black for some black folks, but
you're dark skinned ass.
Black you know, I still in white circles, you know, somebody's on the line.
Somebody on the line.
Somebody.
Yeah, hey, this is Freedom.
What's up, Freedom? What's going on?
What's up, you guys? I miss you guys.
We miss you too. What are you doing? Is that her?
Yeah.
I wanted to comment on you guys talking about on the job front and how it changed for you.
Can I hear her?
Well, Axe, hold on, Freedom. If y'all we need somebody to let us know if y'all can hear her. You know, because we've been having problems for the last couple of weeks, but I think we kind of got it worked out.
Her microphone thing going off right here. Can y'all hear Freedom talking? Go ahead.
Through the computer.
So what does that mean?
Yes, I can.
I don't know what it means.
You know what? This motherfucking technical motherfucker, he don't even know. I'm trying to find out if everybody else can hear you, but no one's.
Hold on. Keep on. Tell her. Keep on talking.
But go ahead and tell your story, Freedom.
Yeah, we'll tell it.
Just all person working at probably 17 would be the token. Like I would always be the token for the job, pretty much.
You say you would be the token for the job, cause you breaking up a little bit.
I would be the one that they hire. That tokenism.
Okay.
And so I got to hear a lot of stuff through the years. You know, I feel like white people were real comfortable with me, the things they would say. I remember one time when I was working as a reservationist at the LAX Hyatt, and there was an engineer there. We were really great co-workers. We used to work together. And one day we were having a conversation, and he said to me, "Oh, I just really love black women, but I don't like black men at all."
Whoa.
And I wish slavery days were still here so that I can have my way with black women and have my way with black men too. There's so many words through my face.
Wow, Freedom. You can hear.
Let me tell you, I mean, man, I remember when I was working doing social work, and one of the CEOs said to me in front of a couple of other social workers during the meeting, sisters, she turned to me and she said, "You're different.
You're different.
Yeah, you're like
you're special."
And I was offended.
You're supposed to be.
I know what she meant.
Right.
I knew exactly what she meant.
You're so white.
You're so white.
No, she didn't understand that was a facade to get the job.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's our struggle.
Trust me, later on, in a conversation, when she tried to correct me and I corrected her, she says to me that, like, well, you weren't like that.
So what did she try to correct you on? What was it that what was she trying to
It was some quality insurance issue, some phone call issue. And she tells me that I use some filler words that they can put about. And I'm like, I've been doing this for a long time, and you're wrong.
Right.
And it's natural for people to say in between when you're listening to a customer, yes, it's natural. You think we're supposed to be quiet? No, that's not even correct. So they don't like to be told certain things.
They don't want to be told they're wrong. And you told you.
And I started saying things on the job around my early 30s, like I couldn't take it anymore. Like I started saying stuff, I started correcting them. It was horrible.
What she say? You ain't. What she say to you, Freedom?
She said, you weren't like that.
Yeah, she didn't think you was gonna be saying that. She wants you to be the quiet, docile Negro.
I've got a look that was always the look they like. I learned that working in the hotel business. They will put your application in the trash if you walk in there with anything other than small earrings, short nails, a white hairstyle.
Okay, that's why she said, if you are silent, they will kill you and say you enjoyed it.
You enjoyed that shit. She liked it.
Oh my God. Reminds me of a Nikki Giovanni poem, sort of like that too, where she says her sin was in not screaming loud.
Right. Wow, that's right.
And we got to start learning how to scream.
No.
We got to learn how to say ouch and not feel bad about it.
But I mean, that is true, Brother Hakeem. But when you are like that, like I'm like that. I've been like this for a long time. And let me tell you how many people would be against you, even your own people who you be speaking up for.
Oh man, look, wait.
I had so many. I had nothing but brother. I had nothing but sisters stab me in my back.
Right, but now see, because
on a professional level, yes.
That's because our livelihood is tied in with them. So if I side with you, even if you're taking up for me, I am putting everything on the line. My car payment, my house payment, not saying that is right, but we have to develop within our community a wherewithal where we are able to support ourselves, because they will never take care of us, and anything that we do will be a threat to them. I got you. Come on now.
I agree.
Yeah.
We haven't learned how to
Don't let my hand fall off.
Agree in front of other people. When I say other people, I'm talking about Europeans. We haven't learned how
West Asians, my friend.
We haven't learned how to agree in front of Europeans with our brothers and sisters who are sitting next to us and who are taking up for us. We haven't learned that yet.
Right.
We know it. We know it.
We know it.
But we haven't displayed it.
We can't afford it.
Yes, we could. Yes, we could. Oh, yes, we could.
You can't afford that.
Oh,
shit.
yes, we could. Oh,
Because just like Brother Hakim said, people are more concerned with, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job.
Right.
You know, they don't want to make too much.
You supposed to keep your enemy struggling.
look.
We that enemy.
But we're gonna have to start.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to start. I believe that we're gonna have to start facing.
I agree with
it's
that.
not being uncomfortable in those places, and
have them be uncomfortable and be in uncomfortable situations.
I'm picking my teeth for me.
Damn.
Go ahead, Freedom.
I will leave in a minute. I won't do more. I started doing shit like that, thinking it was gonna lead to being terminated. I packed my shit, peace, bitches.
Okay, exactly. And we got to start.
It was never gonna stop anything. That's what Black people need to understand, how powerful they are, how powerful we are.
Because just like you found that job, you'll find another one. And with today, there's so many ways to make money today, just from the internet, and be your own boss.
But you gotta hustle.
But you'll hustle all day for that white man.
Sure will.
So you gotta learn to hustle all day for yourself.
But your hustle is every day you live.
Right. See, but that's the point is, on a plantation is not like that. On a plantation, all you got to do is show up for work and do the little bit that they require of you, and you get a regular check. Now, your lifestyle is a little bit different, and you have adjusted to that lifestyle. A lot of our people have not been primed for the life of being on their own.
You're right.
I listen to a black program every morning hosted by a black guy. He have black people and white people on, and it's like a debate type of program, right?
What's the name?
And Stephen A. Smith show, right? But I never hear. Listen to me. I never hear black people
Stephen A. Smith
debating against another black man in the way that he debates against a white person.
Oh, but now
nothing. I'm saying that it's ways in which we don't have to, really disagree with you, in front of him who you disagreeing with, anyway.
We choking them. Listen, now a prime example of the shifting piece. There was this interview with Oprah and this royal family.
Meghan Markle.
Okay,
I don't get that what her name is.
Yeah, Meghan and them, right?
Now, when Osborne.
Megan.
No.
Sharon Osbourne.
Sharon Osbourne was.
Who the hell is that?
Was Sharon Osbourne, an English white woman who has a show called The View with Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay, gotcha.
It was one of the sisters, Cheryl, I can't remember her name.
Underwood.
Cheryl Underwood interviewed her. And you saw where she had to start shifting because the white woman started crying. See,
Cheryl started crying.
Cheryl started crying?
Cheryl started crying.
Because she was crying to hold back that anger from slapping that white woman shit.
No, Cheryl started crying. You got shit. They started crying.
Okay, whatever.
Because the white woman got irate with her. And so she started crying, and Sharon said, "What are you crying for? I'm the one that should be crying here." you know, and she just gave her nigga wake up call that day. But let me go on to the next one real quick, and you can stay on the line, Freedom, if you want. But here's the next
Where
one.
my 10 minutes of freedom, goddammit?
It said, do not feel the need to talk privately about their racism. They will abuse you behind closed doors.
Correct.
So you got to call this shit out, and you got to be willing to, because if we every time, because if you don't, you know, I know there's a fear of, you know, losing your job because, you know, but I got to the point where, like, Cheryl got to it earlier than but I got to the point where, you know, I just couldn't take it no more. And I couldn't shut the fuck up when they would do certain shit. You know, I would see the brother I worked with, he was a darker skinned brother, and they wasn't dark as you, but they used to treat him like shit. And he would deal with, they would call him boy, but they would put big in the front. Hey, let me tell you something, big boy. And you know, when I heard it, I just would be like, motherfucker.
Maybe that was his rap name.
Shut up. I'd be like, look, he was a boy when he was your age. Don't call him a fucking boy. And then I would go.
He was older than you?
Yeah. And he's older than me. And so then I would go to the CEO and like, I think you need to talk to your employees because Dick was this was Mike. Mike was his name. There's another incident with Dick. But Mike is calling the black guy a big boy. And that's offensive. And I don't, you know, as old as he is, because he was old enough to know better as well. He grew up in an era where he know boy was a negative name, say the blacks. And if you need to talk to him because I'm offended. And well, Navita, I don't think he means anything by it. Right. He may not. But it means there's a connotation behind it, and I need you to address that because it's racist.
Oversensitive.
And that's the things that we got to. I don't give a fuck what they say. You got to address it. Now, it got to the point where I found out on the job, they was having special meetings about me behind closed doors. Like she said, they will abuse you behind closed doors. But you know what I think happened was they became fearful of me because they knew I wasn't no motherfucking dummy. And if they tried to fire me, I was going to have a stack of shit against their ass, and they didn't want to get a lawsuit, so they just kept me there, you know, because my work was impeccable, so they couldn't get rid of me because of my work ethic. So, you know, they just dealt with me. They just dealt with me.
No, they sold the company.
Well, they did sell the company, but not because of me.
Yeah, it was because of Navita. Navita had a hold on the whole motherfucking corporation. They had, in order to get rid of her ass, they had to sell the company.
Sometimes I think, too, that you know, on these
jobs,
badass.
You bad. You
on these jobs that we're working, you know, we think silence is our partner, but you know, silence cannot be our partner because if we stay silent, that shit continues. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, look. Somebody might get fired, so what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I'm hoping that, you know, we begin to be black enough that we call that shit out and say, look, y'all can do anything y'all want to me, but today, this shit gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Today it's gonna stop. You know what I mean? Because, you know, if I've been here 13 years and that shit still going on, today it stops. On my 14th year, it's gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I am tired of seeing and hearing some of the shit that I hear in here. Now it ain't done to me, but I'm tired of seeing it and hearing it. You know what I mean?
Right. So what was you saying? A caller was saying. What was you saying, caller?
Go ahead, Freedom.
Oh, I was just adding on to what he said. That silence is betrayal.
I know a white woman one time on the job.
Hold on. Go ahead, caller. You said what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I was just saying that silence is betrayal to me. I mean, that being silent on the job when they do things like that should be over. Like, are we tired of this?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because that is not saving your job. That is not saving your job.
And it's not making it a conducive place for you to be productive in the work that you do. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
But one of the things that I want to get back to is how we exercise some of this shit on us. Because we could talk about them all day, but we be doing these little microaggressions, these little micro things against each other to stop our own forward progress. Because
so what do you say?
Freedom talked about, for example, what is it that makes us want to betray somebody that might speak up for us? You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy, but
that is crazy.
But it happens, and we know it. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't even make it through all the weapons of whiteness that we use against each other. You know what I'm saying? We use it in our relationships. We use it in our business. We use it everywhere. And it's not helping us move towards this black liberation. It's not helping us move towards reparations. It's not helping us move towards having our own black tribes and our own black nation.
Because you ain't gonna never be no CEO in their company, especially if it's privately owned. That's family built, baby. That's family built. So
but I'm living an American dream. I'm a magic Negro. I got magic.
I know.
I can sing.
Huh?
Right. The American dream is some bullshit.
Let me tell you what they can do with your American so-called dream. They can come burn that shit down whatever they feel like. There goes your dream. Poof, be gone.
Okay.
Damn,
Freedom.
Yeah. Your American dream.
Not my dream. Freedom. Damn.
Your American dream is being black as you can.
Yeah.
No, that's
your American dream.
For many of
us,
many of us, that is the American nightmare.
Right. But it should be, you know, being as black as you can. Because just because you black, it don't mean that you can't be respectful.
Right.
You know, we got it twisted. We think that because I'm black, I need to kiss all the white ass in this room. And that's the whole goddamn room.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a lot of ass.
That's a lot of ass too. You know,
a lot of fat ass.
But to be black and be respectful is that I'm not gonna let your white ass talk to me that way. And I'm not gonna stand around and see and hear you talking about other black people that way. You need to take that shit to the bathroom and shit on it and flush it, you know, but I'm not gonna let you do that in front of me.
You know, and I had a coworker a black coworker that, you know, I had an incident at work and we almost about to tie it up, but I had an incident at work with I got schoolwork out the yin yang. We had a white woman at work that I had a confrontation with, and you know, she was known, I talked about this before, she was known to be a provocateur, you know what I'm saying? So she decided to be a provocateur to me this particular day. So she's doing one of these numbers to me.
No, she didn't. Pointing in your face.
In my face, like, you know, you this and you that. And I was like, oh, you please. See, y'all don't know me really well. My Freedom know me. I'm the type of person that I'm going to let you get away with a certain amount before I'm not going to just jump on it right away. Most cases, I let you get away with stuff, and that's a problem I have.
It is.
So I'm getting better. I'm getting better. So she was, you know, pointing at me, and I was like, look, can you please stop pointing your finger in my face? Trying to be professional. Yeah. And she kept going, and she would not stop. So eventually I was like, you know, you fat neck bitch. Got that from Freedom. You fat neck bitch.
Thank you, Freedom.
I'll whoop your ass. Let's take this shit outside, bitch.
She called me a fat neck bitch earlier today. I'm still.
And guess what? The black dude.
Thank you, Freedom.
The black dude came to her rescue.
And that's okay.
Grabbed her and it's like, you know how Navita is, and she crying and what?
The white girl too.
You know, and he decided, and that's where he used his weapon of whiteness against me, and he sided with this bitch.
And you know, we all have trained niggas. You know, look, they got trained niggas everywhere. So when you see that, that kind of shit, you kind of like put an eraser on that motherfucker, because you're not supposed to stop, because the next person you do it to may not do what he did. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We're not supposed to stop because the next person you help or do something to like that ain't They're gonna let that white.
So I guess
cry.
you know what? Some of us, I guess, some of us who
powerful.
use weapons of whiteness against each other, him being an example, are. I remember Professor Griff said this one time to me when we was out of town. He said, "Let the dead bury the dead."
Let the
Yeah, the
dead
dead
bury
bury
the
the dead.
dead.
That's right.
There was going to be no saving this
Tribe up.
Negro.
That's right.
You
Tribe
know,
up.
and I done took up for him on
Right.
several times. And I would tell my one friend, like, I ain't doing that shit no more.
And
Next
you
time
do
they
it.
come at his ass, I'm gonna just let him fuck with him.
And
But
you
you know
didn't.
what? I couldn't sit there and take
That's
it. I
right.
would be like, who y'all talking to like that? Oh, y'all gonna do him like that? You know, and then but when it came to me, that motherfucker, they was fucking
Well,
with me.
right.
That motherfucker was
He-
silent.
He would let them.
What you say, Freedom?
He would throw you under the bus.
Throw me under the bus.
Right, wouldn't save you or pull you from up under the bus, even though he had nothing to do with it. He would let you get ran over.
He let me get ran the fuck
And
over.
what we have to do is, this is why we constantly talk about tribing up, because we have to start realizing that we don't need to use our resources to save all of us, because all of us is not us. We got to be clear on that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it took me time to realize that.
But don't you have to take a look at all of the products around before you make a choice on who you're gonna help? You know what I'm saying? Look, they got black people that are married to black people, but when they be on these jobs, they be with white folks up and down the steps. You see what I'm saying? Up and down the steps to be with white people. They ain't trying to be with you. And see them motherfuckers? You know, look, I ain't trying to help y'all ass. You see what I'm saying? Because it ain't that much. It ain't that much.
So twisted to me.
Huh?
They're so twisted to me.
That is twisted. It is twisted.
You know, I mean, because you don't have to do this.
Now,
You don't have to do this to keep your job. Because being with white people do not save your job.
Well,
I mean, I had a sister-
Being with white people don't save your job.
what'd you say?
I had a coworker. Before that I became real cool with. Even traveled with her to Chicago, and she went and told the supervisor that I smoke weed.
What?
And had me called in the office, and I told the supervisor, well, yes, she should know she smoked it with me.
Wow. And she was another sister?
I'm not a sister.
wow.
We do,
Y'all was up for the same promotion.
Look. We got those kind of people in our society. You know what I'm
Let
saying?
me tell you, all
Oh, skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is why it's important to tribe up and know who you're defending. You need
Know
to
who
stop
you're
wasting
defending.
stop wasting your energy
Right.
on trying to save everybody. This is why when it comes to what we do as far as Giame, as far as what we do with these shows, I'm 50. I'm 53. I just turned 53. And I'm not trying to I don't have time. My sons, my older sons could take time to try to save motherfuckers. I did that in 20s and 30s. Right now I'm at the point where I'm looking for individuals that are of like mind that we can go and work and build on something. I ain't got time to be sitting up here trying to proselytize to your ass. If you ain't realized it, I don't give a damn how old you are. I'm leaving you behind. I ain't got time.
So one more thing before we go. Go ahead, Freedom.
I was gonna say, and another thing I want to add, it's so ridiculous how we divide each other with all this foolishness. Like if you're not part of the Democratic Party, you Republican. It's an issue. If you don't want to take the COVID shot, it's an issue. It's always something to divide everybody. Even people who say they ain't black, they're more. It's like, are we gonna ever get it together?
And now the answer to that, Freedom, is once again, find your tribe, baby. Listen to me. Because you got all these insane motherfuckers out here, regardless of what they claiming. If it's not building towards what you need to build, you need to move away from them because it becomes dangerous. We go to these jobs, we get attached to these jobs, we think these jobs are our lifelines, and we need to start finding people of like mind and start building. If you come with them on the weekend, the only thing they talking about sports, bitches, and games and shit, you know what I'm saying? You need to move away from them. We need to start collecting and talk and getting with individuals that's talking about building and leaving legacy. If not, they're not of you. And you need to leave them alone because they're gonna pull you down.
Some people let the dead bury. Some people just ain't gonna be saved.
They're not.
And we don't. If we could keep going on this subject, but I recommend everybody. And I'm gonna send this book to you, Freedom, because I know you're an avid reader. But I recommend everybody pick up this book, Weapons of Whiteness by Catrice Jackson. It's a phenomenal book, and I think everybody, black and white, should be reading this book because she addresses a lot of questions that white folks need to ask themselves as well and see what they're doing as far as using their tools against us as well. So, we've come to an end. It's after 8 o'clock.
Read a poem?
You can read a poem. Go on. You should have had the motherfucker ready.
All right,
All right, Freedom. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, guys. I love you guys.
Love you back.
Love you.
Peace. How do I hang that up? I don't know how to do it. Hi, Tim.
Just turn there. You click that.
All right.
Ain't nobody else gonna call in. Lies. There are 3 varieties of lies that I will discuss. All of them are bad and fill us with disgust. We all use them sometimes to confuse and connive, and all of them have been employed against us to close our first eye. But to defeat them, we must call them by name and use the light of truth to send them hiding in shame. The first is a simple lie that crosses our tongue, and we perfect the use of them when we were young. We feel this simple lie could do no harm, and it sometimes increases wealth and produces charm. We even laugh about the simple lies we tell, seeming to forget a lie is a lie, and it still leads to hell. The next lie is used not as much as the simple lie, but it is more diabolical and may cause others to die. It's called the goddamn lie, and it's designed to shock and awe. You know when you hear it because in surprise you drop your jaw. You're familiar with this lie because in it your history is hid. The goddamn lie is designed and told by adults and rarely used by kids. This type of lie that keeps you blind and allow your enemy to rape, pillage, and harm humankind. The goddamn lie takes on a life of its own, allows people to live in illusion and produce clones. Now, the light of truth alone is not enough to stop a goddamn lie. People must stand up, grab their weapons, and be ready to die. Now, the last lie is even worse and comes from the pit of hell. It staggers the mind of men and confines them in mental cells. This type of lie is a scientific creation and focus your consciousness on creating its own devastation. This last lie was created based on the simple fact that mind of man creates reality and its goal is to control that. This last lie is ingenious. Is that it deals with specifics. Its roots are in science and its name is statistics. So when you run into one of these lies, you will be able to smile because you know its techniques, its uses, and its styles. So now you know the 3 faces of lies. Spread the word because you may save your people.
All right, Ashe. All right.
I messed up on that one, but it's good.
That's okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in.
And thank you, Navita, for letting us run over.
Okay, yeah, we was deep in some good conversation today. Share the video, like and share and all that shit. Check us out.
Pick
up the book.
Weapons of
Whiteness by Catrice Jackson. Weapons of Whiteness. You got to pick it up. It's an excellent read. Whites and blacks alike should be checking this out. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. And y'all have a great day.
Or night.
Or night.
Whenever you catch us.
Whenever you catch us, you have a great one. Anywho. And peace. Agenda. So from the surface, he might look a little black. Just a little smidge. But then on the inside, from the surface, he might look a little black.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.